Hey everyone, welcome back to a very special episode because we have a guest.
We have Brooke.
Yay!
Hello.
And today we are talking about our journey to Universal Studios Fanfest nights.
Yes, the first ever FanFest. We were very excited. I've been pestering Casey about going to this thing since the teaser announcement for it. I was like, "Are we going?" And she's like, "We'll have to see." And I'm like, I kept sending her stuff, and I remember I sent you the schedule, and you were like, "What is this for?" But my text didn't send, and I was like, "FanFest, we go."
We go?
We go.
Yes. And we went.
We did. And then we had the addition of Brooke because she is a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. I was telling her we were going, and she's like, "Can I come too?" So I text Casey. I was like, "Can Brooke come?" Yes, of course. So it was very magical.
It was magical indeed.
We had a lot of fun. It was
Yes.
basically a horror night, but for nerd stuff.
Yeah, for the weebs.
Nerd
For the
horror night.
weebs. Yeah,
Yeah.
nerd horror nights, but it wasn't scary.
Yeah, it was just nerd night.
Just nerd night.
Nerd night.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
At the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning.
At the beginning.
April 25th, 1996. I was
No,
born.
not that far.
Oh, okay. Not that far beginning.
Also,
Shoot.
that's your beginning. That is not
Oh.
my beginning or Brooke's beginning.
No, I'm pretty sure mine started a lot later than all of you.
Oh, okay. I thought this was my episode. My bad.
You already had an episode. Yeah. Brooke's just a baby.
Baby.
Just a baby. So
It's a baby.
Baby.
So for FanFest, what I thought was really cool is they encouraged cosplaying at this event.
Yes.
And Casey and I are all about like a themed day at Universal anyways, but the fact that they were like, you can come in costume, we're like, absolutely. Because Brooke was like a later edition. And also I sent the text to the wrong person in the morning of. Brooke just went as a Hogwarts student.
I was a
I got lots of
Hufflepuff.
compliments, so.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah, it was great. We had a lot of really cool. That's the one thing I like about going to like conventions and anything like super nerdy is because like nerds are for nerds. Like they are so supportive of everybody, especially when you do something kind of like cool or cute. But yeah, and then Casey and I went as the ultimate besto friendo duo.
Besto friendos.
That is Geto Gojo from JJK.
Which is
and
us.
yeah,
IRL.
like literally every time I see like a screenshot from the show and also panels from the manga, I'm just like, wow, they are us, we are them. Just how it be.
Yes. And we did it, and we
Just
became
how
them
it be.
IRL,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yeah, it was great. Casey looked magnificent in
I
her
looked
all
insane.
white. Yeah,
Beautiful.
it was still magnificent in your all white makeup and your white lashes and your white wig, which she glued to her face. Like, you know, I was supposed to glue it down, and we didn't know if it was going to come off later.
Yeah, I was like, it's either gonna stay on my head or I'm ripping half of my scalp off.
Yeah. She'd look like she'd be wearing a headband, except it would just be like her skin.
Yeah, it would just be
Gone.
my skin ripped off my face from this wig. But it did stay on all day.
Yes. Yes,
So
it did.
that
It
was
did.
good.
It also got on everybody.
Yeah, there
Yes,
was a
it
lot
did.
of white hair flying around
Yes.
for everybody
It's
to
from me.
enjoy. Yeah.
But we didn't really go on any rides, so I like didn't have to like worry about it falling off.
That's very
Yeah,
true.
we went
I
on
felt
one.
super sick when we got there, which was really annoying because I was fine in the morning. And then on the way down, I was like, I might have to pull over and throw up out my window. But we got there, I had a Sprite, and then I had some chips later, and I was fine. So I don't know what
Yeah.
that was about.
You were probably really hungry. That's what it was.
Yeah, my body was like, could you like eat like
Could
an
you feed me,
actual
please?
food item and not just like have a coffee? Like I had girl
No.
breakfast, which was a frappuccino. And my body was like, listen, I know you can do this most of the time, but today's not one of those days.
Today you actually need food.
Yeah, they were like, you're going to be at an event, bruh. Like, eat some food.
Yeah, eat some food.
But honestly, the three of us have been to Universal Studios so much that it wasn't like a big deal that we didn't go on anything. We went on Super Mario. That was
Yes.
something we did go on, which was super fun. But like, there's like, we're not missing anything, but I will say, like, FanFest, even if you're not into any of the nerdy stuff that's going on, you should go because there's like no lines for anything.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I think like the longest wait time I saw was like 10 or 15 minutes. And even then, that's probably not even true. It was probably like just walk straight on.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just the walking time to get to the front.
Yeah, to get to the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did Super Mario, and then Dungeons and Dragons was in the lower lot, like the little. I keep wanting to call it a maze. It's not necessarily a maze, but if any of you have ever been before, it's where they normally put Stranger Things, which is like behind Transformers. I was like, what is the ride? Which Transformers is currently closed for refurbishment, which I literally don't think I've ever seen before.
I don't either.
You know that I don't
Like,
think
it's
I've
been-
ever seen that ride closed.
Yeah, so that was kind of crazy. But it's like behind that building, so you go into the big empty space behind it. It was pretty cool. It was like an interactive walkthrough, I guess is what we would call it.
Yeah.
They basically, like, quote unquote, sort you into classes, and then you all end up walking together, so it doesn't matter too much. But they had like two actors that basically like took you through this whole scenario, which was really cool. I mean, like, Universal's really top notch when they come to like immersive maze interaction kind of things. So like the big monster that they had in there was so cool, and it was huge.
It was. It was a really good animatronic too.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the actors, at least the two that were in when we went in, were also top tier. They were hilarious.
Top notch.
Oh, I think all the actors the whole night were like fantastic. They were wonderful.
Gosh.
Oh yeah.
Like the Star Trek one, they were very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The One Piece characters.
Oh, the One Piece characters were wonderful.
Yes.
I don't even watch One Piece, but I might now.
Just from them.
I really like Zoro.
I love Zoro.
He tried to eat my bird.
Oh, that is true.
Brooke brought her owl, who we've named Honey. And Zoro, like, Nami was like, look, Zoro, like, look what, I don't know what it is. And Zoro's like, it looks delicious.
It looks delicious.
Zoro, you can't eat that. No.
And we were warned not to show it to Luffy, but not Zoro.
Yeah, Sanji was like, don't show Luffy, he'll want to eat it. And I'm like, that makes sense, because Luffy will eat anything in sight if it's relatively edible. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't eaten Chopper.
Oh, Chopper!
Chopper is on the verge of being eaten at all times. The second there's no food, Luffy's like, we could eat Chopper. Chopper freaks out.
That's so sad.
Poor Chopper.
But yeah, we got to meet the Straw Hat crew. Well,
we did.
4 of them.
Yeah, we did not stand in line to meet Luffy. Because Luffy's line was huge at all times.
Yeah, and they split them all up. So, well, they split them up in like groups. Luffy was the only one by himself.
Yeah, and we did the like early entry to the park. So Brooke and I are pass holders. We went in at 2:00, but we had quote unquote early entry to the event, so we could start going on things and lining up for stuff at 5:30, which was totally worth the extra $20 on the ticket.
Worth it. Because we got a lot done before the park actually opened for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did. We were like, oh, it's only 8:00. We've done pretty much everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we really did. So we just kind of cruised around a lot of the time just because we could. But yes, we had our meet and greet with the One Piece crew, the Straw Hat crew. All of the actors, not only when we were there, but everybody I have seen on social media is top tier. The guy who plays Sanji, I think, is absolutely hilarious. He has the best
He was.
reaction to stuff.
Yeah, he was great.
Both One Piece related and non One Piece related. I can't
Non-piece.
talk. Non-piece.
Non-piece.
Instead of One Piece, it's non-piece. But there was a couple of girls in front of us when we were standing in line, and one of the girls had a Nico Robin sweatshirt on, and the other one had a Nami sweatshirt on. And I love it because Sanji freaked out when he saw the Nami one, and then the girl was like, wait, you gotta look at like my sweater. And she flipped it over, and he like literally like passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's such a Sanji
Sanji was great.
reaction. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't even watch One Piece, and I was like, they're great.
yeah.
I might.
They liked
just-
they liked the colors I was dressed in.
Yeah, Brooke was she had her Hufflepuff robes on, so she had the black and gold, and that's Sanji's colors in the first few arcs. So he was like, "Oh,
mhm.
I like your colors."
I like your colors. It's a good combination. I'm like, it is. I really like these colors too.
But yeah, and then we also got to meet Yoshi.
Yoshi! Oh my god, he was adorable.
Yeah, he was very tall. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting him to be so, I don't know. I guess because Toad is the only one that like we've met and he's very small.
Yeah.
So Yoshi was like huge. I'm like, what is this dinosaur?
Yeah, and we did an egg hunt, so we found all of Yoshi's eggs.
We did.
And we got a golden sticker.
We got a nice gold sticker.
We did, and only one of the employees doing stickers did the sticker correctly. All the other ones just like slapped it on there, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't.
Well,
If
mine
I
were
could
pretty
get-
good. Mine were pretty good.
That's good. Casey, was it yours that had like one that was like completely sideways?
Yeah, one was like, I was like, girl, you didn't even try.
No. You could tell she did not care. She was like,
She was
I
like,
can't
"I'm tired.
believe
I don't
I
wanna
got
be here."
stuck doing this on my shift.
Handing out the stickers.
And I do like
Hey, you know
how
what?
when we got the gold sticker, the guy was like, of course Hufflepuff would find them.
Yeah. It's like, well, duh.
I got
they're
that a lot.
finders.
Duh.
Yeah, Brooke got like high five from the same guy like twice. And
No,
you
I got a high
couple-
five from one guy at the end of the
Yeah.
night, and then one guy just gave me a rock on Hufflepuff twice. The first time was when he first got to the park, and the second time was after he got his own robe. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. And then when we were getting on the tram, the like guy like coordinating the line did like a magic trick and gave her a coin.
He did a magic trick.
Yeah,
I got the plastic gold coin.
The generic plastic
money
gold
coin?
but it was magic.
The money.
It was magic.
It was magic.
The money coin.
I need to up my skills of sleight of hand.
For sure. And then you could just do magic tricks for people all over the park. Especially like if you do
Do
it with
magic
kids,
tricks.
then they'll think you're actual magic.
It's like I'll just go up to me like, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'll do it just for you. It's magic.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Yeah, there's no magic outside of Hogwarts, but
Don't tell anybody.
But yeah, Yoshi was really cool.
Yeah, she was cool.
We didn't find the blue or pink Yoshi. Because apparently
No,
there was a blue
yeah.
or pink Yoshi, but we
It's
didn't
just
see him.
traditional Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably the longest we waited in the entire park was probably for like pictures.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like that took the longest.
Yeah, and we did it before the park. I mean, besides Yoshi's, but for the most part, we did it before the general public was let in. I know we
Mhm.
walked by the One Piece crew like when we were leaving, and the line for all three groups was huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good thing we did that like first before the park opened for the rest of them.
Yeah. Harry Potter had
Oh
some...
yeah, Harry Potter had the dragon.
Yeah, and the Niffler.
The Okami.
Those were the
The-
two creatures we
Niffler.
saw.
Yeah, there was the baby dragon,
The Niffler
but
was
we
so
didn't
cute.
see that one.
No. But the lady doing like the Niffler presentation was amazing. She was so in
She was
character.
really short.
And she was
so
really
short.
short. Yeah, I leaned over to Casey and I was like, "Do you think she does Toad as well?"
She probably does the minions too.
And the minion, yeah, because we saw the really tiny minion.
Really tiny minion. That's probably her.
It probably is.
Yeah.
That was the first half of her shift was minion
I
duty.
was like, oh my gosh, she's so small.
You guys said, "Oh look, there's a tiny minion." I look over and I can't see anything because there's a line of people. and I'm short, so I can't even see anything.
Like the kids were like taller than this minion.
Yeah, like literally. Like I think me and Brooke probably were a bit taller than it, so you know it's real short.
That was a tiny
Real
minion.
short.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a minion that small.
No, it's
No, I
usually
don't
the
think
taller
so.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the tall, like skinny one. That one was like short and chunky.
Yeah. Must only be when
Kevin?
she's working. They're like, you're the only one that can fit.
Yeah.
But like job security.
Yeah,
So
you just bounce around the park. It was different short characters.
exactly. And apparently they had a new Hogwarts light show that we missed, but that's alright.
Oh,
Yeah. We were literally around the corner when it was going on.
Yeah. It's weird though, they didn't like announce anything and there wasn't any like
No.
music. At least not very loud anyways. So I feel like that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
we also did a, what would you call it? Was like the Jujutsu Kaisen thing. What would you? How would
Oh,
you? What was that?
I would say it was like a theater show.
Like a theater show, and the seats move, and they watch
The
this like
4D
little
theater.
movie.
Yeah. I was about
Yes.
to say if you've ever been to a Universal Park, it has been Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. To my knowledge, those are the only two. I don't know if it's ever been anything else. But it's in the little 4D theater. I feel like they should just rotate what's showing in that theater all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
I hope with the success of FanFest and particularly the Jujutsu Kaisen show that they'll kind of go, maybe we should invest a little more time into this and
No,
just kind
because
of
all of
because
that
it's
is going into
DreamWorks.
all of it is going into, you know what Universal is putting their money into? Family. That's what they're putting their money
Oh my
into.
gosh.
They're
Yeah,
talking
the power of family
family.
and cars.
Universal's like, we only care about one thing. Family.
Specifically
Family.
one led by Vin Diesel.
Only
Forever.
Dominic
They
Toretto.
can go into
Dominic
space.
Toretto would be proud.
Yeah. They can go into space. He can freaking hop a ravine and hook onto a helicopter.
That's because of family, Jamie. Duh.
Yeah, the power of family is really strong.
It really
It's
is.
nothing stronger than
It's
that.
not the magic of friendship. It's the power of family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I will say the coaster looks really cool.
It does look very cool, and
It
I will be
does.
riding it. I'll make fun of it, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
ride it.
I'm gonna stand off to the side and watch you ride it.
Yeah, you can stand on the escalator while we ride it. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
there they
watch
go.
I'll just be like, hi.
She's just going up and down the escalator, waiting
Yeah.
for us to go by.
She's like, you guys
She'll be
go
at
on
the
your
snack
end, I'll
cart.
go on mine. It's just the escalator.
The escalators, yeah.
It's like, guys, my ride is free.
They're almost done with it. Well, I mean, it looks like. Yeah. You don't even have to stand in line. You just get on.
Yeah. Get on, go down, and then go back up, and then go back down. People look at me
If you
weird,
want to
but
be
like,
real
don't worry.
adventurous, you can take the stairs.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Get my workout in.
Gross.
I have
those
done that
legs
before. I went
pumping.
from the lower all the way to the top using only the stairs.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
absolutely not.
Nope.
I did a staircase like once, and I was like, okay, that's enough for me.
Enough. That's enough. Yeah, that's enough
Yeah.
forever. Actually.
No. But yeah, speaking of the power of family, we did go on the tram, which this time they take you down to the studio lot because one of their main draws was Back to the Future with the anniversary here, and then I think it's just like regaining popularity again. I feel like a lot of the younger kids out there are really enjoying Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So in the studio lot, they basically just like turn you loose in the square where it was originally filmed.
Yeah.
Which in theory is cool, but there was a lot of like people crowding around everything, so we couldn't
Yeah, it was hard to
see anything.
see everything.
Yeah.
And like I also thought it was weird they didn't have like times for anything like in the app. You know how it tells you like show times? They don't have like any kind of time for anything. So when people were like standing there waiting, I'm like, what are we looking at? Like, is there a show?
We had no idea
like,
what was going on.
Yeah, so I feel like they should have either funneled you through or put times for when the people were going to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
Yeah, because
like,
you just kind of roamed around and
definitely.
like stop
yeah.
wherever.
And it's like, do I wait for 5 minutes? Do I wait for 10 minutes? Like, how
Yeah,
long
when
do
are
I
we?
wait
When is this
for?
happening?
What am
Because,
I
like, we
waiting
got other
for? I would
stuff to
like to
go
know.
see.
Yeah, we kind of just like meandered our way through and
Yeah.
then left.
They did have some, like, carnival games that you could actually play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I mean, I think all of us like Back to the Future, but that was not the main draw for any of us.
Hmm. It was
Like, I know
cool.
it was cool.
Like
There was a
50s
It
lot
was
of Marty
cool.
themes.
McFlys.
Yeah, there was.
There
There was a lot
was.
of them. I was like, I don't know if that's an actor or a
Or just a
bystander.
cosplayer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them you could definitely tell it was just a cosplayer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them, like, had, like, legit looking costumes on, and I'm like, dang.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you go.
There was a few of those for, like, the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, too.
Oh
And
my
that one
gosh,
chopper that we
yeah. There's
saw.
a girl we saw a couple times. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the one chopper, she had his post time skip outfit on. Oh my god, she looks so cute. There was a lot of Sukunas, a lot of
A lot of Nanamis.
Nanamis.
A lot of Nanamis.
Yeah. There was one couple that one of them was Sukuna and one of them was Nanami, and Casey was like, "Is that canon?"
It is. It is
I
now.
was like, "Fanon? That's some fan fiction material right there."
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it was great seeing everybody's
There was a lot
cosplays.
of straw hats as well. Like when we were getting it into the
Yes.
park, I was surprised how many people had straw hats on. Like
Yeah.
I know One Piece is like a very like old anime and a very big fan base, but like it was really cool to see it because I feel like every time I meet somebody, you either get the person who's like me, who's like way into it, or you get the person like Casey, who is like, that anime is like 1,500 episodes. I'm not watching it.
I can barely get through a 24.
That's also me. I'll be like, yeah, sure. I don't want to watch that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
It's a
So
lot.
hopefully it's getting reanimated and like they're cutting out a lot of the fluff. So I'm hoping that with the shorter episode length that you guys will get into it because it's a really good show. I swear. It just
I promise. It's
the
just
Oh
a
no,
billion
beginning.
years
I
long.
know.
Yeah, the
But,
beginning is just a very 90s cartoon style, which is a lot of repetition. I sent Wyatt and Joe a reel and it was like the pacing of One Piece and I like kept showing the same like 3 seconds but from different angles for like the whole reel and I'm like, that's so true. Like
That's
there's
the
the
One Piece.
overlap is crazy.
I enjoyed seeing all the One Piece. And then we went
Yeah.
to the, what is it, because Sanji's like the cook.
Yeah, he's the
So
chef.
he
He
had a
went
little
into
Yeah.
his
restaurant, a
restaurant.
pop-up restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool. Did you
Yeah.
eat that cookie? Was that cookie good?
The Sukuna cookie was
Mm-hmm.
delicious. So okay, so I had, because I didn't feel very good, I only had the chips and like the salsa trio from Sanji's restaurant, which was delicious. Brooke got to munch on the chips. Casey helped me
I can
finish the
mention.
dips. We were all happy campers. Um, I was so excited though because they didn't have the chopper cupcake, which I was a little bit sad about, but they did have a concha shaped as Luffy's devil fruit, and I love a good concha. It had pineapple filling. It was delicious. And then I told the girls, I'm like, I want a Sukuna cookie because I saw them. But normally I do not have good luck with cookies at Universal because they're usually sold out when I try to buy them.
Yeah.
But I got it. It was a red velvet cookie
Ooh.
with
Ooh.
white chocolate chips in it. And I was like, I like red velvet, but I'm like, ooh, as a cookie, I'm not sure. It was delicious. I wish I would have bought two. It was good. 10 out of 10. And it was Sukuna, so like how could I not like it?
Yeah.
Of course. Sakuna. Wonderful.
And I think the only thing we haven't talked about is we did walk through the Star Trek little
We did.
show maze thing. whatever it's called. Brooke and Casey are
Walkthrough.
both not Trekkies, and I'm gonna say I'm like a surface level Trekkie.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Chris Pine movies for Star Trek, and I love the original series, but that's about as far as I go into Star Trek. But I still thought it was really cool. You got to be on like the bridge of the Enterprise, and they did like walked you through a whole scenario. So it was really cool to see. Again, Universal does such a good job with being immersive and like having really cool sets for you to walk into. Um, so that was still fun.
And their
Mhm.
actors looked amazing.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
costumes and makeup, 10 out of
Amazing.
10. Absolutely
Yeah, at the
amazing.
beginning of that, when the whole thing started going, they said, "Don't worry, don't panic," and the two of you just start panicking.
We panicked!
Yes, we panicked. And the girl was like, I said
And
don't
I just
panic.
She
turned,
was like, don't
Sorry.
panic, don't panic.
and then
Because
the next
havoc.
room that we went into, we just got wet.
Yeah, the warp core was spitting at us real bad.
It's broken.
It got kind
Yeah.
of wet.
Oh, it also drizzled on us a little bit when we first got there.
It did.
I'm really happy it didn't rain.
But it was
Like,
perfect I mean, at least for me, it was perfect weather because anything over 70, I'm too hot.
which is crazy for somebody who lives in Arizona.
Yes. But you know what? It's because my blood is from the Pacific Northwest. And I can't handle the heat. It was over 100 today, and I literally was like, it's
Yeah.
already starting and I'm gonna die this
It
summer.
got close to it today here.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was 100 in Palmdale.
Disgusting.
I think it got pretty close to it here.
The weather was really nice. I'm glad it wasn't any colder though, because then I would have been cold.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
just glad it was like chill enough because like both of our cosplays were like pants and like a
And long
long
sleeves.
jacket. And I'm like, if it
Yeah.
was any warmer, I would be dead in this thing.
Yeah. That's what I was telling my mom. I'm like, I'm glad it wasn't like cold, but also I'm glad it wasn't warm because my jacket would have been open, the button down would have been like
Yeah.
half unbuttoned.
Would have been cash, real
Yeah.
cash.
Like all of us would have been like that because I had a lot of layers too.
Yeah, so it ended up being really good. So I like that it's at this time of year because I feel like it's catching about the same weather that Horror Nights catches.
Yeah, right in between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much our entire trip. The merch was not very good.
Could have been better.
Brooke got a D&D sweater, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
But like just the plain FanFest stuff wasn't very good.
Yeah, I wish they would have done like how they do with like like horror nights where they put like a collage of everything
Yeah.
because
That
like they
would've been
had good
cool.
themes. They could have collaged that all together.
Yeah. Especially like on the backs of the Horror Night t-shirts, they normally list like the different like mazes and
Mhm.
stuff. So it would have been
Yeah.
really cool to have something with JJK and One Piece and D&D and Star
Yeah.
Trek and Back to the Future on there and Yoshi
And Yoshi.
And Harry Potter.
and Harry Potter. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
could have like really went above
Something.
and beyond, but just the fact that they didn't obviously means that this is a trial run for an event
Yes.
like this.
Yeah, hopefully it
Yes.
had enough traction to where we get another one with more anime and more
Yeah.
themes.
It was funny. I did end up
Yes.
taking the survey that they send you at the end. They're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, we saw that you went to FanFest. Can you take this survey?" And I took it, and they actually the list. They have like a list of what you would want to see, and you can choose 5.
Mhm.
I was very excited because FNAF was on there.
FNAF!
Yes.
The Last of Us was on there. And then, of course, One Piece and JJK were both on there. And I did one
Those two have
more,
to be
and
a
I don't
staple
remember
right
what
now.
it was. Yeah, like that's what they started with. It's got to stay.
Yeah.
But I was happy, like, their selection. Oh, Game of Thrones was on there.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Game of Thrones. That'd be sick.
It would be so cool. So they're obviously brainstorming and things are ruminating. So they really just are trying to get
Yes.
a feel for like what people want to see.
What people like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and I
think the
mean like
FNAF would be
everything.
really cool.
I really
That'd
want
be
them to do a
sick.
FNAF for Horror Nights.
Oh my god. I saw a
I can't
speculation
believe
That
they
map
too.
that said
haven't.
that I saw a speculation map that said that they might do one this year. It's just
Yeah.
speculation, but that'd be sick.
I feel
Because the
like
new movie comes out this year.
yeah, I was about to say I feel like the Warner Brothers didn't realize and Universal didn't realize like how big of the FNAF fan base would come out for something like that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love
Now that they've
FNAF.
seen, yeah, we love FNAF here on the podcast. But I feel like now that they've seen that people are like wanting more FNAF stuff, that they're going to be willing to do more FNAF stuff.
I hope so, because they could really do some cool ass shit. Okay. Universal can make animatronics.
That, and even if they don't want to go that far quite yet, even just the 4D theater, a FNAF
Yeah.
Oh,
4D
yeah.
theater experience would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So-
Universal, I know you're listening right now.
Yeah. Get on it.
CEO of Universal, get on it.
Yeah. Whoever's in charge of FanFest, I know you're listening.
Yeah, we know you're listening right now to our podcast because you have nothing else to do.
Nope.
Please take into consideration. Thank you.
Yeah, and then invite us to like a preview night.
Yes,
all three
because
of
it was
us.
our idea, technically.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Duh.
We'll help.
You heard it here first. But yeah, so I'm excited to see. I think it'll definitely happen again next year.
Yes.
So I'm excited. I think it needs to be bigger. Because again, we were like
Bigger.
done with everything. Yeah, bigger. We were done with everything by like 11. And then we just kind of scooted around for an hour. And actually, no, not even. We were home by midnight. So
Yeah, we left.
Yeah.
We left at like 11.
yeah.
Around 11. Yeah, we kind of like moseyed around the last like hour and a half.
Yeah.
We
just kinda
sat and people watched.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the dragon.
Yeah. So I feel like because Horror Nights normally has at least like 10 different
Yeah, they have a
franchises
lot of,
happening.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if they do that with something nerd related, I think it'll get the same amount of traction as Horror Nights, if not more. Because I feel like a lot of people don't do scary, don't like scary, don't want to be anywhere near scary. But a lot of people, even if you're not into a certain fandom, you'll still go. You'll still enjoy.
Yeah. And if they bring more fandoms, like, that'd be
FNAF.
Yes, please. FNAF. Universal FNAF. Please.
FNAF.
Give me FNAF.
Yes. And make sure Markiplier
And they can
is
even
there.
expand on the ones that they had that weren't very big. Like, they can do more of the stuff for Dungeons and Dragons, more stuff for JJK,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. That was like they had one thing for. They can expand on.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to go for like variety, just
Yeah.
overall. So they were like, you know what? We'll just do one fandom per like item situation. So I feel like in the future, even if they don't necessarily add more fandom, they could add more per fandom.
Yes.
So like they could
Like
do because like
yeah,
because like D&D only had the maze and the bar, so they could add more. They could add some kind of character meet and greet. They could add something like that. One Piece could get a maze. Star Trek could get, you know, again, character stuff or more photo opportunities. Like
meet and greets, yeah.
Yeah. JJK.
They could do meet and greets for JJK.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need some meet and greets for JJK, please.
Not Gojo though, because the Gojo line will be 3,000 years long.
Oh my god, that's probably why they didn't do it. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Universal, your sales will increase if you have a Gojo actor.
Yeah. There's plenty of tall, lanky men out there that could be Gojo.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I
I
kind of
think if
hope
they
they
do it
do more.
again, that I will go.
Oh, 10 out of 10. If they do it next year, Brooke and I are trying to convince Wyatt and Joe to fly out for it so that we can all go.
We can all
We'll be the Straw Hats.
And we could be the Straw Hats. Because we'd have a
Oh
big
my
enough
god,
group.
yes. I don't know, because does that mean I have to start watching? Okay, I'll start watching.
No,
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have to start watching.
I won't start
No.
watching then.
I
No,
know
you'll
the
be
gist
okay.
of the characters, and that's it.
All you have to know is Luffy wants to be king of the pirates. He eats
And
a
he
lot.
hasn't.
Sanji cooks.
Even in 1,500 episodes, he still has not.
No, we don't know what the One Piece is. He is not king of the pirates.
Will we ever know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Right now, it's not looking like we will, but we might
okay,
eventually.
In maybe like 5 years.
Yeah. But
500 years.
Yes.
But I know you guys aren't gonna watch like the 1500 anime, but even though it is not quite the same, I would highly recommend the Netflix live action, because then you'll get more of a gist. Like, Wyatt made me watch that, and that's why I'm now the crazy One Piece fan. Because I was like, this is good. I'll watch the anime. I'll get into anime. It's fine. And I started with the 1500 episode anime.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I started with the JJK instead. I went, I'm gonna do this one instead.
Yeah, I watched
Which
JJK
I've already
after
almost
I started One
finished.
Piece. You should also watch Chainsaw Man. I think you'll like Chainsaw Man.
I gotta
Chainsaw
add it
Man,
to the
very good.
list.
And Don Da Don. Casey needs to watch Don Da Don.
Yes, I need to finish it. I started it. We started it.
Yes, we did. It's an excellent anime. I need to start watching Haikyuu. I watched like the first 5 episodes and then I stopped.
I mean, it's not for everyone. Let's be fair. It is a sports.
It's so cute though.
Anime. It is. I loves me a good sports anime. Okay. I've only watched like a couple, and also the ones I've watched have been like Yuri on Ice, which is like the ice skating.
I want to watch that.
It's
so many YouTubers I watch talk about that
it's so good.
much. I'm like, I need to watch it.
10 out of 10. And it's only 12 episodes, so it's very short.
That's it?
Yeah, and they never made anything else.
All of this madness for 12 episodes?
It's very good though. I do recommend.
Was there ever a movie? Wasn't there supposed to be a movie?
There was supposed to be, and it was teased for years and years and years and years and years, and there was speculation, and Crunchyroll never said anything, or Mappa was doing it, and then one day Mappa just came out and said, nope, we're not making this anymore. And I was like, no, it's cool. I will just die unhappy now.
Oh
Thanks,
my
Mappa.
god. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
That's
terrible.
crazy to have a fandom ready for something new and then have them go, it's fine. We don't
They literally
need to.
have like a trailer and everything.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is so sad. Yeah. Sad day for me.
Yeah. Ripperino. But what would you guys rate your overall FanFest experience?
As a whole?
As a whole.
Not as part of it, or?
Yeah, as a whole.
Okay.
Your overall experience.
I would say
I would give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I was thinking about like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like, it was great, it was good, because it's the first time they're doing it, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're gonna be missing stuff. Stuff's not gonna be perfect.
But
there's stuff they could have done to make it better.
Oh, for
there's
sure.
There's like room for improvement. It's like, it's good. Just there's room for improvement.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't think I've ever been to like a theme park event like this where I've been part of like basically the founding of the event. Yeah. I'm usually coming
We're
in
founders.
We are founders. I'm used to coming in like way late in the game. Like the first time I went to Horror Nights had already been going for years, so they have it like down to a T. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool to be at the beginning, because now we'll only see like how amazing it becomes. Hopefully, I'm hoping they invest in this, because I think it's a really good idea. I'm surprised they haven't done it sooner, because like Disney has so many after dark events
Yeah.
Then I'm surprised Universal never like tried anything besides Horror Nights until now. I mean, I guess they do have like Grinchmas during Christmas, but like
Yeah.
they haven't really done a whole lot
But that's
otherwise.
not really an after the park. That's like while the
Correct.
park's going on.
Yeah. That's fair. Casey, what would you rate your experience? We said 8.5, 8 out of 10.
I would say, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
8 out of 10. I am excited to see them do more.
Yeah.
So you'll see us in the future there.
Yeah.
Future.
Future.
Okay, and then what was your guys' favorite part of the night? Or favorite interaction of the night?
I would say for me, it was meeting Yoshi because he's very cute and I love him.
He's very cute. We even saw Toad. We passed Toad earlier in the
Yeah,
day.
We
saw
did pass
Toad.
Toad.
Toad's just being Toad, you know.
Yep, just being that crazy little Toad with his arms that only move up and down.
We did get scared by Princess Peach.
Yeah,
Oh,
She
yeah,
startled
jump
you
scared.
guys.
Oh my god, she just came out and I didn't know that she talked. First
I
of
didn't
all,
either.
I didn't know she talked either. Her mouth moves.
That
Oh
was
my god,
terrifying.
yeah.
And her eyes were like lit up. Oh, terrifying.
I do like how when Yoshi was coming out, we all started chanting Yoshi.
Yoshi.
He was so cute.
Yoshi.
Oh my god, and then there was these girls that were like dressed up. They were pink and green Yoshi, okay, but they were
They were
Glinda
wicked
and Elphaba.
versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Alphaba's little like tiny black hat on top of her Yoshi hat was amazing.
It was so cute. And then they had like Yoshi backpacks and they were opposite colors of what they were. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. I didn't even notice at first that they were Wicked themed. And then I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so cool. It was really honestly so cool to see everybody so dressed up. Like, I mean, like the nerds really came together.
Yes.
Which is
And
great.
like if they weren't dressed up, they at least had like a themed t-shirt. So it
Yeah.
was so cool to see everybody. Like you could tell everybody who was there was excited and happy and like here to have a good time. So the vibe was immaculate.
Just a bunch of weebs.
Yeah, and like everybody was
Yeah.
super nice. We didn't run into any rude people. All the cast members super nice, very helpful. So Universal really won with this one.
Yes. And we are excited to see more from them.
Yeah. Somebody
Yes.
also asked for mine and Casey's picture because
I know. We were like celebrities. I was like, oh my god, you want my autograph too?
Signs Gojo.
I just kind of shuffled off to the side and watched her take your guys' picture because I'm like, she probably doesn't want me in that photo.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad we went. It was a great time.
Yes, I
It was
agree.
amazing time.
Do we have anything else to add? Or are we good? Last words. Forever hold your
This
peace.
whole time going to FanFest is what finally got me to watch JJK.
Yay!
I'm already in season 2.
It's very
she watched.
good. It's good.
You're gonna
It's
surpass
good.
Casey here.
Hey,
you might have actually already surpassed Casey.
you probably have. It's because I know what happens, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't wanna, and I'm not gonna. Season 2 ended already after the boys. High school. That was
that's where it
2.
ends.
That was done. There's no
That's
more.
where it ends. Yeah, no. That's all.
It's like you and Supernatural.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't watch like the last few episodes of season 15 and then I just start over and they're alive.
Yeah,
and happy.
it's fine.
It's fine.
I can make up when the season ends.
Yeah, like I even like as I feel like as a whole, both the Supernatural and the JJK fandom have decided that nobody dies. Everybody is
Yes.
alive. Everybody is happy. And it's
Everyone
all
lives.
good to go. Yeah.
Yes.
There's no sadness. No sadness.
No sadness at
There
all.
is near death, not death.
They went to the hospital and got themselves fixed up. Don't worry.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Everybody is fine. Everybody is whole.
Everyone's in one piece.
Yeah.
One Piece.
One Piece. One Piece.
They all transferred from one fandom to the other. They're just
they're just
crossover
all-
now.
Yeah, and because One Piece never ends, nobody ever dies. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how we save everybody. Just transfer them to the One Piece.
Just teleport them from one thing to the other. Just right into One Piece. They'll
Exactly.
never die there.
Nope. They'll live forever. Luffy will see to it.
Yes.
Alrighty, everybody. I think that is all we have for this episode. So thank you, Brooke, for joining us on this episode and for joining us at
You're
FanFest.
welcome. It
We're
was
very
amazing.
excited.
Yay.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to wherever you're listening to the podcast. You can also follow us on all the social media to keep up to date with not only what we're doing, but who's going to guest star. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.